Hello, hello, beautiful people. Happy Saturday night in my world. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Welcome to 321 No Kidding. If you haven't been here, I guess I just assume that everybody's been, with me all along, especially because we've been together for 148 days straight. And I promised you guys another little Bobby celebration, I guess, tonight. And it's kind of it's kind of unexpected. I just caught on to it this week. This is episode 321. So it's 321. And that'll never happen again. I mean, I can have 1321 in 100 years from now when I record another 1,000 shows. But I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of surreal. 321. So this is going to be my, I think, farewell evening episode. It's been an amazing quarantine hanging out with you guys. And I've been kind of hinting, because it's been weighing on my mind. This was the week that, actually August 20th. So yeah, this was the week I was supposed to go back to work. So I stayed a little longer than I would have intended. I'm not back at the office yet. Actually going through a little bit of life changes that hopefully I'll be able to update you on a little bit more soon. But I really, a big part of it, and who knows, I'm definitely going to stick with mornings. I'm going to do our reading, and then you'll hear whatever's on my mind. So I'm going to break my 10-minute rule, even though I do that most days anyway. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And as things come up, who knows, I may jump on and be here more than my intended 8 episodes a week. So I'll be with you 7 days a week, as well as every Friday, we will start releasing guest interviews again. So that's pretty exciting. I'm getting ready to kick off the email challenge, and that's going to start on August 31st. So that's going to be shifting my attention just a little bit. Anybody that comes on that's interested in participating, like I said, the launch is the 31st. If you use the promo code podcast once it's set up, and I'll give you the green light, we'll get it half price for anybody who listens to the show. You're with me, you deserve that. It's pretty exciting. The idea is really just to give people resources and go on the journey with me. So that's one of the exciting things that's going on. I really have. I've enjoyed, this is like the amount of learning that I think I've done and the amount of growth I got from spending time with you guys, working through the steps, learning recovery dharma, dealing with COVID, the losses, the highs, the lows, all the change in relationships, the change in my attitude, my growth, there's been so much stuff, and I've been go this whole year. And I'm seeing so many things posted, either posted or in silly emails I get. And everybody says that, well, I shouldn't say everybody. It's not a very fair statement. But there's so much dissension around 2020. And most people say that it was, like the worst year. And for me, it really wasn't. It's probably one of my best years ever. And the reason why is because of the person I'm becoming. I had many years and many years of even growth. When I went back to college, one of the things that I learned about myself, aside from the academic stuff, which I'm starting to see more and more the value of some of my college learning, with some of these other classes. Like I feel very good about what I know. I still don't know a lot of things, but all the coaching and the direction that everything's been going in, it's good to know the things I know about business and from school and everything. But one of the things I learned in college, I was around 30 and I went to an ag school here in New York called SUNY Cobleskill. First I went to a community college while I was a floral manager in Troy. I worked in what we called our Hudson Valley store, and I went to Hudson Valley College when I was a floral manager there. I was lucky the timing worked out. So I had that as my first introduction, but I think when it really started sinking in, the lesson that I learned was how ignorant I was. And I was ignorant I was completely ignorant about diversity. I mean, full disclosure, I didn't grasp it. There was fundamentals that I saw growing up and just my own experience. Where I went to high school, I was the minority as a white person, and it was pretty I don't know if traumatic's the right word, but there was like the boys were bullies. Like we'd try to walk into the lunchroom and they would stand there and they would hit people with their hats as you walked by. There was rapes, there was drugs, there was just so much just stuff. I had this impression. And the same thing with it wasn't just like a black and white thing, but even going to this agricultural school, I was ignorant to farmers. Like when you think of a farmer, if you don't know any better, you think, oh, a farmer's not an educated person, or, like it's they're doing things the way they were doing it 100 years ago. And that wasn't the case. I was in a classroom with it was a diverse class, and it was a bunch of just very bright young people learning business and learning technology and moving forward to run their farms like a business, not like Little House on the Prairie like I imagined. So that was when my eyes really started opening up as an adult. And I'm not proud to say that it took me, till my 30s until then to say that I got a little more open-minded. I was never obnoxious. I just my views changed. That's all. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it really. Like I knew I could never, marry across cultures. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was different. It was definitely eye-opening. So I could say that I learned a lot in my 30s with that. I could say that I learned a lot, by going out to Kansas City. And I definitely enjoyed Kansas City. But what's happened leading up to this year has kind of been foundational for me to learn all the things that I've learned this year about myself. And this isn't stuff that it started maybe in treatment, or maybe it started in Gamblers Anonymous in 2013 when I first started. I can't pinpoint exactly where it started, but the clarity and the serenity and the healing and the transformation that I've made this year, I don't know that old Bobby anymore. And being here with you guys twice a day has been a huge flipping part of this, like huge. One of the groups I'm involved in, one of the classes that I'm taking or a program that I'll be in for a year. And by the way, my mother yelled at me for all my yawning too. She's like, you do yawn a lot. She didn't really yell, but it was implied. And I do apologize because it's just something in this room. I don't know. I can't even explain it. I think I'm on day 24 without caffeine. I'm still going to blame it on that. I totally lost my train of thought. So I'm in this group and as I've been shifting and some of my other classes have ended, one of the things I'm trying to do is get more engaged in this year-long program. So I've been talking to them on Facebook Live in our community in the mornings on my walk, because I have to do my twice a day, exercise or fitness or walking or whatever, because of the 75 hard, which, oh, by the way, it's very motivating. Like, if you haven't tried it, the 75 hard, it's a good test. I mean, I'm on my third book already. I'm loving that. And the days that I don't want to do my second walk or even one, or, go to Zumba or whatever, because I'm accountable to myself with this, and it's the challenge of conquering it, it's making me go. It's making me go. And I'm getting like 120 minutes on average of some sort of movement for my body. So I have a feeling I'm transitioning there as well. So anyway, I was telling this group on my walks, see how easy I get sidetracked? Oh my goodness. How talking to you guys and being here and showing up every day has really helped me. And I told them, like, the point of this was just to let you guys know you weren't alone, as we were all, locked up and the world was a scary place and things were changing. That was the concept. It was nothing more than that. And I think that in the end, it really ended up helping me and transforming me. There's, I've heard from folks that listen to the show, and I am happy that impact is being made and that people are getting value out of it, because that's what I'm here for. I hope to continue to strengthen the community of gamblers that don't want to be gamblers. One of my goals is to continue networking with all the other folks that are involved in recovery. And I don't care if you do it their way, my way, what way. I just care that people stop gambling. I care that people get educated about it. And I'm going to just keep fighting that fight. And by getting some of these folks on these interviews, these people that I'm connecting with outside of the world and sharing them with you is going to be a gift to you, but also strengthen my bonds in the community with folks that can help us raise awareness. They can raise awareness in their communities, and it's just good. It's just good stuff. And that's kind of the direction I am. So 3, 2, 1. That is going to be my good night farewell or see you later episode. I'm sure I'll be back. And keeping in mind that it's all over the world and that it's not necessarily night for you, or even sometimes the RSS feed, the way that you guys get it transmitted, like, it still blows my mind. I'll record an episode at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then at noon, my phone will tell me there's a new episode. And I'm like, I did that 6 freaking hours ago. Let's go, technology. So time is really irrelevant. So I guess we'll just look at it now as the daily reading for each date, still out of the book. I will do my best, as far as life goes, to at least cycle the whole year of this book, in some capacity, try to do every morning with you, at least for that. But the way things are changing so rapidly, I hate to make a promise that I'm not sure I can keep. So I'm not going to totally commit to that. But that's one of the things I'm thinking about doing. But at the very, very least, always, you'll have a once a week episode, whether it's just me or guests. And we still will. We're going to finish out the year with our step work. In September, we'll do step 9. That'll probably be one of the Friday episodes. And, we'll finish out the year working in our books. And then because of how rapidly things are changing, I don't even really want to forecast next year on any great level. I mean, I don't plan on going anywhere as far as, spending time with you guys and working on the show. But as things shift and evolved, it may be back to just our regular schedule, our pre-COVID schedule, but we will see. So 3, 2, 1, our 321st episode. That just blows my mind, guys. Like, it totally blows my mind. If we stayed on the once a week thing, we'd be barely at 50. Maybe we'd be at like 40 by now, 30 or 40. So it's just pretty crazy. And because I break the 10-minute rule often, it's not as easy as it sounds. Like if I stuck to the 10 minutes, okay, 310-minute episodes, but there's been a lot of off the rails. So I'm going to be just grateful to you guys for being here with me. I'm going to be a little proud of myself that I stuck with it and I've been here. It was another lesson of perseverance. And it's one, that you guys can take too in the scheme of recovery. Is it really is one day at a time. If you asked me back in March when we started this, how many days would I do it? Or if I had in my head, I'm going to do this for 148 days straight or 149 days straight, I've been like, what? That sounds so overwhelming. But one day at a time, all of a sudden, I'm just looking backwards like, oh my goodness, where did all these days go? And the same thing can happen with our sobriety, our time away from gambling, our time away from drinking. I mean, the cigarettes, we're already at, I think it's going to be, if I'm at day 24, 20 something with the challenge, I think on Monday it's going to be 4 weeks of not smoking. And it doesn't feel like it's been 4 weeks. Like I'm on my stage down of my nicotine patch, and I don't even really vape unless the vape is in front of me. And then I'm like, oh, it's there. I guess I'll use it. So I probably could switch that to zero nicotine soon. But it's just interesting how time flies, even at one day at a time. Have to make sure I'm giving you a little bit of recovery lessons tonight. But that's all I got. I will be back in the morning. We'll do our Sunday reading and chit-chat a little. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you. Thank you for being with me all 321 shows. I do appreciate you because without you, I'd be talking to myself. It'd be a little awkward. It probably looks like I'm talking to myself now, but I know you're out there and I appreciate you being there. And I appreciate all the new listeners as well as the olds. I'm still just blown away by California and Oklahoma being some of my biggest towns, and just, we're growing. We're up to 44 countries now, and it's exciting. And I don't know how you're finding me and, what really is going on, but I'm grateful you're here. Welcome. And, if you guys need me for anything beyond this, you have all my links in the show notes. So that's where I'm at. All right, beautiful people. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend or whatever day and time it is when you listen to this. And